Take my advice. Never trust Beetle. That lament that is playing in the air is the sound that was within my heart. When I found out that saving on Beetle's ship does not equal respawning where you were, it equals going back to the last island that you docked on. So, me trying to avoid sailing through all that again, I had to anyway. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Last time, we explored the uncharted waters to the south of the Southwestern Sea, and we also took our shovel around the world getting all the buried treasure that we could. We are pirates after all. Pirate rule number 2, dig for treasure. It's your life. This time, we're gonna pick ourselves up from that mishap and go to Zowz's Island. This island is nice and warm and laid back. There has to be something hiding in a place like this. Snoop around this island. Or do you want to leave? Not yet. Then get out of here. I've got ship parts that need repairing. We had full health, buddy. Common logic doesn't work on him anyway. You know, Lineback, I love him too much to really get upset at him whenever he does things. I say that he doesn't help. I say that he's not good, but do I really mean it? No. He's just such a joy to have around. He adds so much personality to this adventure. I love Ciela and him bickering a lot. It adds a lot to it. Find the stone tiles on the east and west of this island. Connect the eastern stones with a line. Do the same to the western stones. Dig where the extensions of those two lines intersect. We got treasure to look for. Here is one. So we're going to make a little note of that. I blacked out, apparently. And this is the other eastern stone. Mark that. I hear a cuckoo. I might have to grab it, because grabbing chickens is what I do. And then, oh, looks like we will have to grab it, because that's probably how we're going to get to that. And then the other western stone is here. This once peaceful island is about to become an extreme place, because we are going to be turning it into a giant X to mark the spot. It's what we pirates are known for, too. We've already been over that pirate rule, though, so you don't need to know about it. By going to the center of this and digging away... Oh. All right, how'd that work? Wait a minute. It said connect the extensions of the lines, which means, aha. I'm glad I only dug 6 holes before I realized the error of my ways. It's less embarrassing than what happened to me on the other island. A green rupee. That's a really good treasure you got there, buddy. I'm so happy that I discovered it. Aha! Another treasure map with no apparent use! I could not be happier. Really close to a main island, though, so that looks like it'll be very easy to find once we have some capability of doing that. But basically what I was saying all that time is that I give Ciela crap for being kind of an annoying tutorial NPC, though, but I do like her character a lot, and I do think that she bounces off Lineback very well to kind of give our trio personality, because Link sure as heck ain't gonna do it. A wisdom gem. It radiates wisdom, but it can't be used like this. Apparently it doesn't radiate that much wisdom if we still don't know what it does. Well, that's a couple of collectibles right away. I guess we might as well stop in and say hi to the guy that we robbed blind. He doesn't have to know. Hello? Excuse me. This isn't working. Maybe he can't hear us. You don't have to yell, I can hear you, you know? So you guys are on a big adventure in search of the ghost ship, eh? How'd you know? Humans always think that unless they say something, others won't hear them. Truth is, people talk just as loudly with their hearts. Ouch, Ciela, you got burned. But because people have mouths, they don't pay attention to their hearts. Ouch, Ciela, are you getting burned? There is nothing I have to tell you now, Link. But there will come a day when you require my power. It is then that you should pay another visit to Zowz the Blacksmith. Sounds like a pretty decent secret that we found here. I guess we didn't need to speak with our mouths. He looked into our hearts and he knew that we stole from him, which explains his demeanor. We got what we had coming to us. I am gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of misery by telling you something that I just kind of wish the level design itself told you. don't sail over here to look for a hidden island. I was thinking that there might be one. No matter what you do, if you go over there, the fog will send you back to the beginning. Nothing can be done about that. Moving right on along, this is a very open-ended area of the sea. There's several islands that we could go to out of order. We didn't have to go to Zhao's island right away. And I think we're just gonna go on an exploration. We're gonna see wherever the tides take us, go to all the islands around here. And I don't know if we'll be making it over to where that, to where the next spirit is. But regardless, we have a lot to do before us, and I think it's gonna be all very worth our time. In fact, I know it's all gonna be very worth our time. Because this ain't no blind playthrough. Bannon Island. Looks more like a backslash island if you ask me based on the map. Or I guess that'd be a forward slash. Oh. Crap, it doesn't work quite as well on a wordplay level then. It doesn't begin with a BA. That's some wordplay compared to what a forward slash would be for a banana. I guess to be fair, maybe it like looks slightly more like one. I don't know. Well, there's a choo-choo and also a new enemy. That is Rope. Yeah, just Rope. I've always thought that's a really silly name. He, however, will be a fine guinea pig for something that you guys taught me. You can just tap on an enemy to instantly throw the boomerang at it. Back when I said that the boomerang is a pretty great item for puzzle solving and having a lot of control over it, but the only thing that it really falls short on is being able to whip out attacks very quickly. Turns out, no, it's good at even that, so thanks for telling me that. The boomerang just got a heck of a lot better for me, and I didn't even know it. Only those with the power to shatter rock will find the path to a new game. Ooh, you mean if I blow up this game, I get to play Spirit Tracks? Gonna draw an item that we're totally not going to get that's not a series staple, so how would I know about it already? I just felt like drawing a black orange, I guess. It kind of looks like it's got a stem and a leaf on it. But I'm very happy that you guys told me about that. It made the boomerang a lot more enjoyable to use right away. Just the fact that I don't have to draw a line from Link, though, because the way the tutorials are, I always thought you had to draw a line and that it wouldn't do anything if you didn't, but no. You can even, like, start drawing a line elsewhere and it'll automatically go to wherever the line started. It's really flexible, actually. It's a perfect translation of how the boomerang would work into a touchscreen, and I'm kind of glad that we learned that early, so now I can use it a lot on the travels ahead, so thank you. Ah, this is the place for those who hunger for the romance of adventure. This is the Wayfaring Island, young man. That's funny, I thought this was Bannon Island. So go on, tell me, did you find it? I'm too young for this talk. Hey now, you can tell me. There are no secrets between men of adventure. You came to this island in search of the elusive beast, the mystical creature that bewitches sailors from the waters of this island. You came in search of the mythical mermaid, right? No. What? Wayfarers must always be looking for adventure. In my search for the mystical creature, the mermaid, I sacrificed many of life's pleasures. Friends, family, good snacks. I gave it all up in search for the mermaid. Take this pool, for example. That is where the majestic creature will lounge once I capture her. The pool costs a hefty fortune, a man who follows his wayfaring heart. You are young. With age, I have learned to approach life's quests with passion. So, young man, if you see a mermaid, you'll tell me right away, won't you? We men of adventure must stick together. You're not a believer that family must stick together. He looks very similar to the boy back on Molita Island, and he calls himself a wayfarer. We have caught up with him at last. She will not show herself if monsters lurk nearby. If you see one, you must get her attention. Show off your wayfaring heart. That sketch of a fish on his wall is surprisingly impressive and looks very good in the resolution of this game, which is not something that I can say for anything else. All right. So there needs to be no enemies around, and ah-ha-ha! There she blows! He gave up his family, friends, and good snacks for an entire year. Sorry, I had to do that real quick. And I find her in a matter of seconds right next to his house. Buddy, I think you were just unhappy in your marriage and didn't want to admit it. Either that or you just weren't trying hard enough. To find her, what a coinky-dink, you use the boomerang that we just learned all about. Ow! Ow! Hey, what are you doing? What's your problem? So I get dressed up like a mythical creature. I'm a human being. Treat me like one. I'm not some freaking and throw stuff at. I'm just stand there and staring. Apologize. Sorry. Okay, as long as you understand that you can't go. Okay, I'll stop. I like doing that voice more than I should, and I know it's really grating though, so I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wearing a mergirl costume, but I'm still me. And isn't the swimsuit cute? I made it myself. I kind of have a lady waiting for me at the end of this. No way! You're saying there's an old wayfarer who thinks I'm a real mermaid? Wow, well, that's not my problem, you know. Well, I mean, between us, I've always thought that wayfaring tales were neat. In a high seas adventure kind of way. Maybe we're fated to meet. I'm gonna go to that old man's hut and visit him. I'm hoping he raves on and on about the romance of the seas. Thank you. I was looking forward to them fully animating her fish flopping into his hut. I'm disappointed. That sounds really gross out of context, actually, so maybe not. Yeah, I found a mermaid in a matter of seconds. What? My wayfaring heart is filled with the thrill and romance of adventure. You found the mermaid and she enjoys listening to old wayfarers' tales? And she says she would come visit me one day. Ah, I'm a fool to believe such a wild tale. How could you toy with the hopes of my romantic wayfaring heart? I've been waiting here, but no mermaid fond of tales of wayfaring have come. Or could it be? She must have met another old wayfarer to enchant with her mermaidish song. Humph. I wonder if that majestic mermaid is off with some other older man. Tee, did you hear, Link? Another older man? You think he's talking about the lazy old guy who drives our ship? Oh, this ain't a good sign, and that's what I like to hear. Hey, kid, can I talk to you for a second? Okay, get this. A little while ago, this girl came up and started talking to me. She had really tan skin. She was really spirited. I'd say saucy, even. Woohoo! But the thing is, I thought she might have thought I was someone else. I only had a chance to say, hey there, hello, then she disappeared. Well, the life of a dashing sea captain isn't always easy. No, I don't want to get on the ship yet. I gotta report this back to the old wayfarer. I am heavily invested at this point. This is the kind of stuff I live for. Haha! I finally met the mermaid of my dreams. Never would I have dreamed a mermaid would come to me. You had a hand in this, young man, and so I want to give you this. We got an optional tool, the fishing rod. Tap fish from the menu while sailing to use it. This is an entire side mechanic that it's possible to just never see. I had that fishing rod made so I could hook the mythical mermaid, but I obviously don't need it anymore, so you can have it. Oh, but I have quite a challenge to stoke the fire of adventure in your heart. You must sail the seas, fishing the mighty catches like I did in my youth. While at sea, keep an eye out for fish shadows. Go to where the fish are. When you're above them, tap fish from the menu. And that's where the true romance of the sea will grip you. I always knew love smelled like fish. Oh, it's you. I found this old wayfarer, all thanks to you. He's great, always raving about the romance of the sea and call of adventure. I'm going to pretend to be a mermaid for a bit and let him think I'm the real thing. Shh, it's our little secret. It's like fulfilling somebody's wish about the supernatural when they're kind of in old age. It's really nice. He wants to see whatever fish that we're going to find on our travels. This is a pretty lengthy side quest. It can technically be knocked out all at one time right now if you are exceptionally lucky, but I somehow doubt that you're going to have that easy of a time doing it. For demonstrative, whichever you prefer, whatever part of the states that you're from, or I guess part of the world in that matter. I could believe British people being all, it's not demonstrative, it's demonstrative. This is reminding me of how when I was a kid, I thought English accents was just how rich people talked, and it was because they were speaking the proper way that English was supposed to be spoken, and the rest of us were just essentially peasants. Yeah, I kind of thought a lot of things were for reasons when they really weren't when I was a kid, but I guess it's just kind of what you do, think of explanations for things. We're heading off toward that fish shadow, or as I like to call it, a fish shadow. Not making bad puns. I'm just being efficient with my syllables, okay? It's my story and I'm sticking to it. The fish swim oddly fast, given that we're on a steamboat. If we were on a sailboat, I could maybe believe them outswimming us, though, but these things are really muscular. You have to keep adjusting your route to stay ahead of them, and I'm not really fond of it. Over there's a ship on the horizon. We're gonna ignore that for right now, just so we can demonstrate how fishing works. I'd rather not get even more distracted than we already are. We are quite literally running circles around our objective right now. Open up the menu, and once in range, the fish icon will activate. All you gotta do is pull it up, look for it, and when it shows up, there you go. Okay, so it's your first time fishing, Link. I will teach you some of the secrets of fishing. Slide the stylus down on the screen to pull on your rod. To reel in, make small circles with your stylus. When you get a bite, lift up on the rod to set the hook. Timing is easy. You see it off on the horizon? Pull. I was late. Oh, no, I wasn't late. Okay, I thought I was very late. Yeah, so you pull down in order to get less tension on the wire, and then you reel in. That raises tension on the wire. It's a balancing act. It doesn't look like it's getting all that much closer, I have to be honest. Whenever it leaps into the water, you let go, and that'll actually show you what it is you have hooked ahead of time. Perhaps you're the impatient type, and maybe you don't want to reel in something that you've already caught. This will just show you that right away, and you're free to break all the fishing line that you want. I remember as a kid, I thought it was so weird that the idea that fishing line could even break at all. I'm just like, why don't they just make a stronger fishing line? Like, can't they just make one that won't break? I got very annoyed at little things. Skippy Jack measures 1 foot 10 inches. Fish are common, but they sure are tasty. Check on it on the collection screen. That's one down. When opening up the collection screen, like it said, or not the collection screen, but no, the collection. Am I not seeing something? Oh, the page is that way. Okay, I thought it was just 2 pages. Yes, it shows how many fish that have been caught as well as the record. Fish periodically respawn, but I think for now, I'm gonna go back to Bannon Island and turn this in. Jellies! 998, 999, oh, no. Come on, get unstuck. 999, 1,000! Like is so frequently the case, another fish spawned in before I was even able to do that, and okay, well, that just gave me a perfect opportunity to tell you about something that's really important about fishing. If you can activate fishing and there's enemies nearby, it actually despawns them. What? It just kind of swam in circles. Quite clearly, as you can see, that enemy that just spawned in seconds earlier, no longer here. Tornadoes carry cash on them. This one's looking a bit different right away. I'm excited to see what we get. As exciting as I can get during fishing, I think this is more excited than I've ever been in real life fishing. It's always such a pain. I don't know, I'm sure some kids get into it though, but when you're a kid and your parents take you on a fishing trip and it's just nothing going on for hours, and when you're that age, hours feel like weeks. It's so awful. Like, if you ever want to make a kid hate fishing, take them when they're 5 years old. Got a tuna. Among the more common varieties, it's pretty big. Check it on your collection screen. In fact, as a kid, I remember it annoyed me so much that I would look down in the water and I'd see tons and tons of fish swimming around everywhere, just none of them were going for my bait. None of them were biting at all. And I remember that the first time that I saw that, I turned to my mom and I went, "Mommy, I don't think they're buying it." And she like busted out laughing, being all like, "Yes, Emil, I'm sure they have PhDs." Ironically, I think that's probably the best memory I've ever had going on a fishing trip as a kid. Luvar! 5 feet, 5 inches! It's not very pretty, but it's very mild-mannered. I thought it said it's very marinated for a second. Check it on the collection screen. That means, now in total, we're sitting pretty at 3 different types of fish. A full top screen, in fact. I'd say with a successful fishing day like that, we should go turn them in. Another one of these golden frogs showed up on the way back. Oof, you got me. Nice shot, but why'd you have to shoot me like that? 'Cause you were shiny. And I always have to interact with whatever is shiny. In fact, it's actually a game design secret. They make things shiny to make us interact with them because it's related to our instinct to go around water. I forgot I wrote Posteroni. But yes, related to our instinct to always be seeking out water and make sure that we're hydrated. Ah, young man, show me what you hauled in. Where is it? Let's see it. Such a stern yet distinctive and manly expression, like my own. There's no doubt. This is a luvar. Whew, impressive. Even for a romantic fisherman like myself, it's a rare treat to see a luvar. Nice work, young man. Looks like you've got the aura that beckons the fish. I think this gift is appropriate. It's yours. A big catch lure! You can catch a ton of big fish with this lure. As long as you have that, it should be easier for you to catch great fish. When you caught a rare one, don't hesitate to come see me. Oh, it's a fighter! It's a fighter! This is something big. Oh my god, I'm pulling so much and I'm just barely gaining on it the entire time. I'd like to have it confirmed, please. Anytime that yes! This is it. This is the new fish that we're able to catch with the big catch lure. It can be quite tedious to find this, and despite its pointy face, it doesn't have a different silhouette on the map. It is just a regular old roundy nose fish variety. Down to 14. Come on. Oh. There that is. 13, 12. It's a biggin. Yup, it's a biggin. I love saying that. I've never grown out of saying that. I haven't seen that episode of Dexter's Laboratory in so many years. I'm talking about a lot of childhood stories in this time. Oh my god, it's fishing. Fishing turns you into an old man who just tells stories of, oh, when I was your age, I watched television shows about boy geniuses, and they had an episode about fishing, and let me tell you, it was the best gosh darn tootin' thing we had. That makes you a wayfarer in the millennial generation. Oh my gosh, okay. Go, 2, 1, yeah! Rusty swordfish, 10 feet, 3 inches. We hoisted it up on, you know, the salvage arm that we totally have. Ah, there's something rare that can happen when you pick up a rusty swordfish, but we didn't get it on our first run, unfortunately. I'd like to show what it is because it's one of those things that you can go a whole playthrough without seeing. There is another variety of fish that might be caught along with a rusty swordfish. It does not count on the collection screen and isn't really necessary for completion. It is called the stowfish that'll be clinged on to its underside. Clung on, clinged on, probably clinged on. If you find this, show it to the old wayfarer, he'll give you a random ship part. Hey, I've got mail. Special delivery, watch out, incoming. Some of you were telling me that his wings are actually clipped on with straps. You can just barely see them on his shoulders, and he grabs onto them when he flies, so that answers his species. He's just a Hylian with wings. A letter from the old wayfarer. Have you found yourself on the pathway of wayfaring, Link? Don't fret it if you haven't. You might already be on the way and not know it. Yes, finding your way isn't like discovering a pebble lodged between your toes. I didn't think it was. No, a true wayfarer can travel the whole world and just never find just one way. But I did want to give you something unusual that I found on my own travels. May it serve as a reminder that you can find anything if you give it enough time. Sincerely yours, the old wayfarer. That is a chain handrail. I think we already have one of those. If so, that's mondo unlucky because we don't have that many ship parts. I have to know the answer to this. And that's the end of it, guy. That's it, then I'm out of here. Notice how he didn't ask for my signature this time? I think I scared him off. Nope, didn't already have one. Good. Not as unlucky as I thought we were. It'd be really bad if we barely had any ship parts and we were already getting duplicates, which can definitely happen. Ah, young man, show me what you hauled in. Where is it? Let's see it. The sword is sharp like my passion for adventure. This is a rusty swordfish. Impressive. Rusty swordfish are backbreakers, even for bold men of passion like myself. Nice work, young man. Because your skills quite equal mine, you more than deserve this gift. An arch handrail ship part, just collecting all the handrails. I think a courageous fisherman such as yourself can do it. Lately, fish shadows have been sighted on the sea's surface. Rumors are swirling among the bold and hardy fishermen. The legendary fish, Neptuna, surfaces once again. If you were to catch one, you would truly be the legendary romantic! What is it with this guy in romance? He's weird, but I do find him to be probably the single most recognizable normal NPC in this entire game, so I don't mind his old thing. He's kind of like that old man who's weird, but you just kind of like him around. If your letter is not arriving from the old wayfarer, that is based on if you turn the system completely off and then back on, or if you're playing on a 3DS, return to the home menu and then go back in. The game just has to be fully shut down. It's a little bit strange, and if you're a fan of using sleep mode, then you're probably going to get very annoyed with it, but that's what refreshes the mail. Now, wasn't it great how our reward for doing all that fishing was just more fishing, and then our reward for doing that more fishing was even more fishing? Yeah. At this stage, there is only one fish left to catch unless we count the stovefish, and it's extremely rare. The Neptuna is the end of this fishing side quest. For those that want to go catch it, you will know it when you see it because its silhouette on the map screen is that of a swordfish and not the roundy nose counterpart. Even though the rusty swordfish had a roundy nose, this one does not. It makes a whole lot of sense. It's very difficult to catch, and it could be a very long time before you run into it, much less before you're able to catch it. I thought, because we'll know it when we see it thanks to the shadow, it would be kind of fun if maybe we saved it for later. You do get a reward that's very worth your time. You could get more powered up, but it would just be kind of fun if we were out sailing and then suddenly, wham, there's a huge objective that we really have to go after out of nowhere. So that was my reason for doing this, because we don't get that luxury with any other fish, and now we do. Anyway, with all of that done, a pretty sizable side mode, I have to say, we're going to end things off here. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, we sail to sea once more, exploring more of the Northwestern Sea. See you guys then.